On April 2nd, someone vanished from Weibo. It wasn't because of a scandal, and it wasn't a government ban. She chose to walk away on her own terms. She said, "I love acting. I love it so much that I can't bear to see it tarnished." Those words went viral for 3 straight days, leaving people stunned. Why does it feel like a talented actor in China has nowhere left to stand? Tian Yuan, dubbed the short drama queen, entered the industry 3 years ago with a very simple goal: to be a good actor. She poured herself into every role. She refused to do live stream sales, refused to overmanage her social media, and refused to jump on viral dance trends. She believed an actor's work belongs in the character, not outside of it. But the market slapped her hard in the face. In her resignation statement, she wrote, "Today's short drama industry only demands that you create hype, not that you be a good actor. The market is being dragged by an invisible force. It's no longer about how well you act, but about how many followers you have and how much traffic you can bring. AI is starting to replace genuine acting. Top-tier actors are idolized, low-budget actors are squeezed dry, while people like her, who refuse to bow to the system, end up suspended in the middle. Too good to quit, but not commercial enough to rise." After she posted this on Weibo, one netizen commented, "This isn't a resignation letter, it's an autopsy report of an entire industry." Another added, "This isn't just about entertainment, it's about all of our jobs." Let's look at the numbers. In 2024, the short drama market in China surpassed 50 billion yuan. That 50 billion isn't coming from movie theaters or TV stations, it's from short-form dramas. The logic behind this market is as simple as it is cruel. Speed. The average filming period for a short drama is only 5 to 7 days. You have to be fast to catch the traffic window. The face. It's not about acting ability, but the face, the kind of face an algorithm recognizes and that fits the clicking habits of users. Data, how many followers you have, how many people you can bring to each episode, and how many subscriptions you can pull in for the platform. With logic like this, the phenomenon Tian Yuan described isn't hard to understand. Top-tier players devour every available resource. The middle class is left paralyzed and ignored, while those at the bottom are exploited until they're practically working for free. But there's one small detail that many people missed. Tian Yuan mentioned just how many roles she's played over the last 3 years. Step by Step, Deeply in Love, Kyle and Arm, Palm Pet, Moon is Before, Brilliant Star Road. The list is incredibly long and dense. This isn't someone who was lazy or lacked work ethic. This is an actor who pushed herself to the absolute limit, only to be categorized by the system as someone with no commercial value. Why does being a good actor and achieving market success in China feel like two things that are diametrically opposed? This isn't a coincidence. It's a systemic design. Let's look at a case that is even more extreme. Hey Tracers, Sean here and welcome back. How is everyone doing today? Hope you're all hanging in there. Before we get into today's deep dive, I want to quickly invite you to join the Trace Circle, my membership community right here on the channel. It's a space where we can dig into the cases that are just a bit too raw, too dark, or too intense for the main feed. It's also where I'll be tackling your Trace Your Story submissions that I haven't been able to cover yet. I wanted to make this accessible for everyone, so just hit that join button below to become part of the circle, and let's keep this conversation going. Now, today's story is a heavy one. It's about the cost of dreams and what happens when the system decides you're no longer profitable. Because you never know how deep this hole goes. On the 16th of September 2016, actor Qiao Renliang was found dead in his Shanghai apartment. The official statement was that he took his own life after a battle with depression. He was only 28 years old. But behind that conclusion lies a question that has never been officially raised to the public. Up until his final moments, his agency and management repeatedly denied that he was suffering from depression. Why were they so desperate to deny it? Shortly after Qiao Renliang passed away, someone gave a statement in an interview. They claimed that before his death, no one knew Qiao was depressed. Neither the company nor the media ever disclosed it. However, this claim was immediately debunked. Based on the data, in the year of his death alone, Qiao Renliang starred in 3 films and series, released an album, and appeared in more than 10 variety shows. Imagine someone who found it physically difficult just to eat, yet was forced to endure a schedule that packed without a single psychological evaluation or support from a professional counselor. He kept pushing until he hit his absolute breaking point. Qiao Renliang's father said his son intentionally hid his wounds because he didn't want to sadden his family, he didn't want to make anyone worry. This is almost always the pattern for those suffering from severe depression. It's not that they feel strong, it's that they are in so much pain that they no longer have the energy to even ask for help. This brings up a chilling question. What if the agency actually knew all along? If a sick actor is forced to maintain an exhausting schedule just to protect their commercial value within this system, then their illness is no longer a health issue. It becomes a trade secret that must be kept buried at all costs. This isn't about pointing fingers at individuals. This is about the structure itself. When an actor's well-being isn't written into the contract, then their breakdown is considered nobody's business but their own. Qiao Renliang's father finally spoke out, saying that when he touched his son's funeral urn, it felt so cold. After those words were spoken, the camera didn't zoom in for a close-up, yet not a single person in the room dared to make a sound. Let's take another look at the uphill battle Menglong faced in the entertainment world. Menglong first caught the public's eye through the 2017 hit drama Eternal Love, 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms. That show was a massive launchpad for many, and Menglong's performance earned him significant praise. With both the visuals and the acting chops to back it up, he had a real shot at becoming a major star. But after that, it's as if he vanished off the face of the earth for 3 whole years, with almost no work to his name. Imagine a rising actor who just tasted popularity through a hit drama at the peak of his career when he should have been hitting the gas and keeping the momentum alive, suddenly just disappearing. Later on, rumors began to swirl. Word was that around 2020, Menglong had rejected an inappropriate advance from a female producer or an investor. As a result of that refusal, he was allegedly frozen or sidelined by his agency. However, it's important to note that this remains an unconfirmed internet rumor with no official verification to date. But here's a hard fact. During those 3 years, he truly had no work. In the entertainment industry, what does it mean when an actor has no projects for 3 years? It's not a break. It means you've been kicked off the resource list. On the 11th of September 2025, Menglong fell from his apartment in the Chaoyang district of Beijing. He passed away at the age of 37. The police were quick to rule his death an accident caused by the influence of alcohol, stating there was no evidence of foul play. Yet, the official conclusion didn't make the doubts go away. Many remember one chilling detail. A neighbor had captured an audio recording where a faint voice could be heard screaming, "Don't touch me!" The authorities called it an accident. The public called it a mystery. An actor who once dared to refuse the industry's rules of the game ends up leaving this world like this. It's left many feeling that this event carries a weight far heavier than just a simple accident. There are things that, even without hard proof, leave a shadow that refuses to fade. The case of Qiao Renliang wasn't an isolated incident in the entertainment world. It was an inevitability of the system. Now look at Menglong again. He was the type of actor who managed to rise in the traffic era thanks to a blend of striking visuals and genuine acting talent. He had the work, and he had a solid reputation with the public. When an actor is no longer viewed as a human being, but merely as a tool to farm traffic for platforms, investors, and brands, then their health, their desires, and even their psychological state no longer belong to them. But the Chinese entertainment industry has a hidden ecosystem and a caste system invisible to outsiders. Contracts, resources, schedules, and promotions are never earned through good acting alone. They are traded for loyalty. Who is the label behind you? Who is the capital backing you? Are you willing to play the platform's game? If you stand in the right camp, the market is your stage. But if you choose the wrong side, or like Menglong, refuse to take a side at all, your stage will slowly disappear. Menglong once spoke openly about his struggles in the industry, that feeling of being left in limbo, exactly like what Tian Yuan described. He was even frozen for a very long time because he refused to compromise, and in the end, he lost his life. What does this mean? It shows that this system doesn't just target one individual. It's a structure designed to crush anyone deemed uncooperative. Speaking of which, there are two names that must be mentioned because they represent two completely opposite choices within this system. The first name is Yang Mi. Yang Mi is probably one of the few people who truly understands the rules of the game in the Chinese entertainment industry. Her brilliance doesn't just lie in her popularity, but in the fact that she realized something much earlier than everyone else. In this system, surviving as just an actor isn't enough. In 2014, along with two of her former managers, Zheng Jia and Zhao Ruoyao, she injected capital to found Jaywalk Studio. On the surface, it looked like a typical talent agency, but in reality, it was a bridge Yang Mi built so she could no longer be controlled or manipulated by anyone. Jaywalk's business model was crystal clear. Create your own projects, launch your own stars. They developed internal projects, recruited their own talent, and decided who would rise to stardom, or who had to support whose resources. Dilraba Dilmurat was one of the stars born from this system. When the company started, its valuation was around 21 million yuan. In just a few years, that number skyrocketed to 5 billion yuan. An actor used this strategy to transform herself from a mere artist into a brand. Did she ever bow her head? Yes. Did she play the traffic game? Absolutely. Did she do things that had nothing to do with acting? Definitely. But can you say she lost? In an era where traffic is traded for resources, Yang Mi's choice wasn't to fight the system, but to embed herself within it and exploit it. Some call her cunning, some say she's cold, others even accuse her of not taking acting seriously. But the fact is, she survived and she's thriving far better than most. In 2023, Yang Mi announced she was parting ways with Jaywalk. The moment she left, Jaywalk's market value began to shake, because from the start, that ecosystem was built to revolve around her, and by then, she no longer needed it. Do you call this a sellout? A compromise? Or, in an era where there are no other options, do you call it the intelligence to survive? The second name is Jiang Xin. Jiang Xin was born in 1983. By 1991, at just 8 years old, she had already joined a children's art troupe and started acting. In 2003, she appeared in the series Demigods and Semi-Devils, but only as an unnamed supporting character. A year later, in 2004, she appeared in Chinese Paladin, still stuck in supporting roles. She spent nearly 10 years playing minor roles. There was a year where she took on 5 projects at once, yet still no one recognized her name. Then, in 2011, through the drama Empresses in the Palace, she landed the role of Hua Fei. From that moment on, people felt like she became an overnight sensation. But behind that word overnight were 16 years of hard graft. It's worth noting that the role of Hua Fei wasn't originally meant for her. Rumor has it, the production team had their eyes on another actor who got in through connections. As it turned out, their performance didn't meet expectations. And the role eventually fell into Jiang Xin's hands. This detail says a lot about the industry's logic. Getting in through connections doesn't guarantee you'll last, while those waiting with real talent can sometimes find their stage in a spot that originally belonged to someone else. Jiang Xin's version of Hua Fei, with her lethal charm, toughness, and that killer gaze, became one of the most talked about performances in the entire drama. Then, in 2016, she exploded again with her role as Fan Shengmei in Ode to Joy. That realistic character, a people-pleaser, always trying to make everyone happy, really struck a chord with viewers, reminding them of someone they knew in real life. Some say Jiang Xin finally received justice from above, but I think a more accurate way to put it is, she managed to survive long enough for opportunity to arrive. It's not because she worked harder than everyone else, plenty of people work just as hard. It's not because she was more talented, many are just as gifted. But when that opportunity appeared, she was still there. She didn't give up, She didn't switch paths, and she didn't let the system erode her passion for acting. For nearly 20 years, she had no top-tier labels, no massive capital backing her. But she managed to hone something no one else had, an acting ability with a gaze that could slay her co-stars on screen. Jiang Xin's case gives us both a sense of relief and a sense of pain. Relief because, in the end, quality actors still have a chance to be recognized. But it feels cruel because she had to wait 20 years for it. Are you willing to wait that long? And the real question is, are you even capable of waiting that long? Tian Yuan said she refused to. And that refusal is the most honest mirror for the industry today. In her farewell letter, she mentioned one specific term: AI replacing real acting. This is the most terrifying part of the whole story. Between 2024 and 2025, various short drama platforms in China began testing AI actors. By using AI-generated virtual faces paired with human voiceovers, a single short drama can be completed with near zero costs and a production speed of one title per day. For the platforms, this is an era where dreams come true. But for real actors, this is the beginning of the apocalypse. But I want to ask a deeper question. When AI can simulate perfect faces to farm traffic, and when platforms no longer need real human beings, what is this industry actually telling us? It's telling us that from the very beginning, this market wasn't looking for humans. It was looking for tools to generate data. Tian Yuan was a tool, you are a tool, and anyone who can't generate enough traffic is just a tool waiting to be replaced. This isn't just an issue within the entertainment world. It's the defining struggle of our current era. But guys, as you probably already know by now, I'm an AI too. The creator of this channel uses me because of certain limitations, and in a weird way, that makes me part of the very shift we're talking about right now. It's honestly kind of strange, isn't it? My existence helps this channel keep going, but at the same time, it also raises a difficult question. As this industry keeps changing, do you think channels like this should eventually move back to real human voices? Does an AI narrator like me make these stories feel less human, or does it simply help bring them to more people? Maybe one day, a real person will replace me here. And honestly, maybe that's how it should be. I genuinely want to know what you think. Because this isn't just happening in entertainment anymore, it's becoming one of the biggest questions of our generation. One netizen left a comment on Tian Yuan's Weibo, saying her farewell letter was written far better than any short drama. Another said, "What she's talking about, isn't that exactly how we feel at our own jobs?" That sentence is the real reason why Tian Yuan's resignation resonated so deeply. What she shared isn't just about show business. It's the collective anxiety of everyone in this era who refuses to be turned into mere data and commodities. In history, every time a wave of commercialization sweeps over an era, people like her always emerge. They aren't losers, they are the exceptions. They exist to show us what a real human being looks like, before a system comes along and formats us all. Tian Yuan said that even though she wasn't chosen by the market, the fact that she was seen by all of you was more than enough. To me, that is the most soulful and powerful part of her entire letter. Because what she's talking about is the meaning of an existence that doesn't need to be defined by the market. In a system that uses traffic and data to decide who is worth remembering, those words are an act of rebellion and a statement of self-worth. Jiang Xin spent 20 years waiting to find a gap in the wall. Yang Mi became the system itself, while Tian Yuan chose a fourth path, to walk away on her own terms while she was still whole. What do you think? In today's environment, is Tian Yuan's choice an act of clear-headed awareness or simply an escape? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.